all, welcome to Pro Billionaire. It's 21st of Jan 2024. So last time we discussed this chart on 7th Jan in our last video. In that video, we mentioned that Nifty is in sideways and Nifty could go higher if it breaks this high, and it could go low if it breaks this low. But this thing did not turn out well. It was sideways, it broke this low by small margin, then it went higher, then again broken this low, and then went higher like this and made a high of 22,124 or 25 something, right? And then it started to go down on the downside. So in this week we'll try to understand Nifty's move with price action and indicators first. We'll check with moving averages and Aron and RSI indicators how the prices are moving, and then we'll check the Elliott Wave. In Elliott Wave, we'll check the count for next week as well as for next 2 to 3 months. We'll check the view what and where the Nifty can head on the upside or downside. So first, let's check Nifty's move based on price action and indicators. You can see here I have multiple moving averages. So this is the 13 EMA, this is 48 EMA, this is 100 EMA, and this pink one is 200 EMA. So here you can see Nifty after this particular time. So this is, I think, 9th of November. After 9th of November, Nifty has came down below 13 EMA. So this is the first time after this many green candles, or you could say this many, this much of move, Nifty has finally came down below 13 EMA. Some cool down is expected here, right? In that case. So Nifty closed below 13 EMA here, here, here as well. And then in this session, it opened higher above 13 EMA, but again got rejected. So this clearly suggests that there is a halt in the rally, right? The Nifty was going higher and higher. Now the trend had changed. So you can see here, this was higher high, this was higher low. Again here, this was higher high, higher low. Similarly here, higher high, higher low. Again, higher high, higher low, right? So now that trend has been broken, right? So this low has been taken out. So this is not now higher high, higher low formation, but here the trend has broken. This is called as lower low. Okay, and somewhere here it will make lower high. Okay, and most likely it will make another low, right? So lower low, then again lower high, right? Like that. Or maybe it will bounce from here like this and break this trend, right? So until this trend is not broken, this lower low, lower high formation trend is not broken, we should be bearish, right, in the market right now. So for now, you can see here 13 EMA is broken. We were earlier few times we went wrong, right, during this candle, or even here we also saw that there is a overbought RSI and all those stuff, right? But right now the sentiment could be turning bearish, because you could see here RSI has completely came below 70. In earlier cases it did not came towards 50. Okay, so I think it is somewhere here. Let's see what is the reading here of RSI. 61, right? So currently it has gone completely below 60, right? It at some point it even touched 50 zones. So 50 is a neutral area, by the way. So whenever RSI has a negative divergence and it comes below 60, it's clear indication that there is a pause in the uptrend. Okay, and this much of the drop that we are expecting is actually healthy for the markets. So how much we can expect the down move, right? In worst case, it can come towards 200 EMA slowly, right? It will not be a sharp drop. That's what I can consider here, because it took a lot of time to break the previous high, right? So this previous high convincingly breaking, it take a lot of time. So it may come some points down, but then again it should recover and pull back higher, breaking this high again. So towards 200 EMA is what I can expect, and it will be a healthy correction, and it will be a good correction. We'll get, right now the shares are at very high prices, so they will cool down and we'll get a chance to enter some of those names. So RSI moving averages here, 13 EMA is suggesting that we will be bearish for some days. So what can happen, what more can happen here is another thing like this. We can pull back here, right? We may not break this low, we make another high here and then break down, right? So this is one of the possibility that I have in my mind, because immediately after a drop, it will take some time. There are events lined up as well. We do have budget as well coming in, and then we do have elections coming in, right? So volatility will be there and it will be coming on our ways. That's what I can assume. So this high must be taken out for bulls to resume the up move, right? So that is simpler for you to understand as well. And if this low is again broken, then bears will have complete control. That's what you need to remember. Apart from that, I see here Aron indicator is still in a bullish territory as of now. When the green line is above 70, it's still considered as bullish, and when the red line is below 30, so these things can tell us that Aron indicator is still in a bullish zone. RSI is in a neutral territory, and moving averages like 13 EMA shows us that there is a pause in the up move, okay, and short-term moving average has been broken. So this signals that the next moving averages, like this one 48 EMA near 21,000, this one is near 20,500 something, right? And this one is near 19,723. So these are the moving averages level that we see on the downside. So that's all on the moving averages or price action indicators area of analysis. Let's switch to Elliott Wave analysis and check what is the view for next week. In fact, for 2-3 months, what is the view that we have. So these are our couple of previous charts. We discussed about them a lot of times. We mainly discussed that we are making a leading diagonal structure with 3 waves going up. So this was working perfectly until now, right? So we did had those moves captured with this analysis. So now here we see that Nifty could have completed this leading diagonal pattern, right? As this line has been broken, so it's definitely a leading diagonal. It's not an ending diagonal pattern. We completed wave 2 here, right? Wave 1 here, right? 1 and 2 like this, like here, and this could be the leading diagonal's first wave, and there we will have a second wave, end of second wave like this towards minimum 0.3 to Fibonacci. We can expect after this we will have very sharp rally. Be sure to ride it, and don't assume that the price will end exactly at this level. It can come towards this and take support maybe near 20,000 or 19,800 something, or even 20,000. It can take support. This is the level of retracement that can happen, and the time it can take around 60 to 90 days that it can take time, because it need to digest this particular rally, and the next phase will be very bullish. That's what I'm expecting. So this is what a long-term chart, or you could say this is what a daily chart of Nifty suggests, that the 0.38 to Fibonacci, when you plot Fibonacci on this point and this point, you get 0.3 to Fibonacci, means almost 38% retracement is up to this point. Don't assume 38% means exactly in numbers. It's a Fibonacci retracement. So the drop that we are expecting from here is close to 12%. Okay, from this point to this point will drop almost 12% if we reach this level. Worst case here, I don't think we'll go here now anytime soon. But yeah, this is the level that I am expecting, 12% correction, which will be healthy from this top. So let's now talk about what is expected next week. So next week we have this wave count. So here we can see the gap is open, right? So this is the gap, and here we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So this could be wave 1 and this will be wave 2. Okay, so the next wave will come as a wave 3, 4 and 5 like this. Then we can complete wave A here. Okay, then we'll have another pullback as wave B, right? And then we'll have a larger drop towards 19,420 or even 20,000, right? So this is the way Nifty can move. So in next week, what we are expecting is Nifty to go Nifty to go sideways and pull back up to 21,800. So this may take a little bit more time depending on the move it forms here. As of now, this looks to be a zigzag correction where A finished with multiple gaps, and it is impulse structure. So we can even label this as wave 1 and 2. But yeah, this high needs to be taken out, then only 1 and 2 can be labeled here. But the scenario that we see here is most likely a zigzag correction as a pullback towards 21,800, and from there we will have a dip, right? So we need to watch out for this number, because there is also a resistance. You can see here there are multiple resistance points here, right? So we can consider that this is the way Nifty should come up towards 21,800, and currently wave A has been finished here, right? And B wave is in progress. B wave is expected to close this gap. So closing the gap is highly important here, because that will signal that the up move that is going to come will not have a big strength for going on the upside. So 21,800 is the level that we need to watch for, but don't short here directly. You should see some negative closing from this particular area. You should see some red candles, 1 or 2 red candles on daily charts. You can watch out. If you see that there is a rejection clearly from 21,800, then we will break on the downside. So downside levels, I can't tell you exactly as of now until we complete the retracement. So this should be 1 and 2. We can have 3, 4, and 5 completing A wave, right? So this is the way we need to understand Nifty's move as per the Elliott Wave theory. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments. And by the way, we do update all those details on our Telegram channel. You can join the channel. So this is the channel where I keep updating on the weekdays the move that I expect. So here you can see in a previous on last sessions, I have expected a move in the Nifty like this. So we will have a B wave going towards 21,600, 620 something, right? And then we will have a deep pullback towards 21,450 to 420 levels. So 420 is also a good support. So we should see these numbers coming to effect next week. Next week's also expiry, very hard to trade. So be careful there. And let me know in the comments if you have any doubts. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.